The second area model that we're going to build with function or using a function is going to involve a rectangle and find the area of a rectangle. This time we're framing something and we're told how much framing we want to use. In this case it's 50 inches. So again I'm going to start with a picture to get an idea of what's going on. So they tell me I've got a rectangle and they tell me the length of the rectangle or the width, whatever, it doesn't really matter, is x. And so I know that both sides would be the same thing, so I'll label those x. Well, what I need to do then is figure out how much is left to frame the top and the bottom of this rectangle. Well, I know I began with 50 inches of framing in this case, and I know so far I've used 2x, 1x for either side. So what's left then is going to be 50 minus 2x. However, what's left has to be evenly split between those two sides, and so between those two sides I know they have to be 50 minus 2x, but each one is just going to be half of that. And so what I'm going to do is take 50 minus 2x and divide by 2. You can kind of think of this as distributing, multiplying by a half or dividing by 2. And so each piece, the top and bottom for this, what's left is going to be 25 minus 1x. So that will be my missing dimension for this rectangle. So I'll go ahead and get that labeled here. So 25 minus x and 25 minus x. And it's easy enough to see if you've done this right because we know the perimeter of this rectangle. The perimeter needs to be 50 inches. If you add up 25 minus x plus 25 minus x plus x, you end up with 50. All the pluses, plus x and minus x's would cross out. What's left is 25 plus 25, or 50. So I could just check it that way, but this is going to be the dimensions of the rectangle. And then like we did last time, if you watched our area of the square, all I'm going to do to write my function is say area as a function of x, a of x, is equal to, well, since I've got a rectangle, I know its length times width, so x times 25 minus x, and all I can really do is distribute, so I'll go ahead and do that. So the area as a function of x for this rectangle is going to be equal to 25x minus x, oops, I forgot my x in there, 25x minus x squared. And that's all I need to do. They just asked me to build a model to represent this function, so this is the model that'll do it. I don't need to do anything else, don't need to solve for x, don't need to plug in any values. This is the model that they're looking for.